at 2K Sports. We couldn't be happier. Along with Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. It's all about the Eastern Conference. That's where the action is today as the Atlanta Hawks get ready to battle. And it's their first look at this year's Pistons here for the first game of the NBA's 82-game regular season. Last season, they had the upper hand in the series, going 3-1 against these guys.
And as you would expect, they came out on top in last season's series against this club, but no reason to expect anything different this time around.
Exactly. Guys, they're clearly the better team, but you can't take anybody for granted. They're all NBA players. They get their checks twice a month across the league, so you've got to come prepared and focused and ready to play.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. Rodman is out there with Bill Laimbeer. Then it's Joe Dumars. Then there's Hill, and it's Thomas in at the 1. It's Wilkins with the drive. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan, to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
You know, there was plenty to be happy about last year in Atlanta with the way the Hawks played. One sour note, though, was that the team was viewed as a potential buy for Seattle groups.
Now here's Rodman. Jeff Teague unable to get his shot to go. Here's Thomas, the offensive rebound. Can't get it to fall.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Smith right side takes the 13-footer. That one off the back iron and out.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Hill passes to Dumars. It's back to Hill. Great D that time from Teague. The Hawks have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. The shot by Wilkins with nobody on him. He buries the jumper. Wilkins has got his second bucket of the night.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
Here's Teague. And it's Wilkins finishing it off.
And the defense out of position on that possession, which allowed for him to get that offensive board.
Well said. Yes, he did. You're right, Greg. That's a tremendous jam on the putback.
What a great nose for the basketball he has, and such a strong finisher as well.
And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Hawks.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passes.
And the basket by Thomas.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Here's Hudson. Inside, Mutombo. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
And I like the job they've done with working the basketball. They've been moving and getting quality shots.
And, Greg, their field goal percentage reflects that. I mean, they've been the much better team shooting the ball. And you know me, shooting percentage, always a function of shot selection.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively. And there are more points tacked on here to the early lead.
And it's a nice lead as well. I mean, it's no mystery how they've done it. They're attacking the basket.
Now, here's Thomas.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
A different look here for Detroit. Wallace comes in for Hill, and Chauncey Billups has subbed in for Dumars. Here is Thomas. Out to the right wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. That's good from Wallace on the assist by Billups.
Yeah, just used his strength there to get the post position without much fight from the defense.
Yeah, I think he's got to do a much better job next time of just bodying up. Get some muscle into him.
Mutombo sets a screen. Stolen by Thomas. Dishes to Billups. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Thomas, good. Thomas got 6. The Hawks leading by 6. Thomas with the steal. He kicks to Lambier. Back to Thomas. Lets it go from deep. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Teague. Well, you just watched Jeff Teague. He's a natural scorer. Clark, he's also made steady improvement as a playmaker.
Yeah, you look at his assist rate, Kevin, well in the top 10 in the league. He's cut down on his turnovers as well. You can tell he's starting to really figure it out, and the game is slowing down for him.
Now here's Billups. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. And Detroit again with the buckets.
A nice run they put together here to bring it a little closer.
Yeah, they got hot, and I didn't think I'd be saying this a little while ago, but now this game's up for grabs.
Thomas against Teague. He dishes it to Hudson. His first shot coming late. They get it again. Mutombo misses.
You know, he can be a little hesitant near the rim. We saw it there. If the defense offers just a little bit of resistance, he doesn't take it up quite strong enough.
Now, here's Lambier. Here's Billups. And there's another one for the Pistons.
And Teague's also athletic. You know, sometimes you forget that. I mean, this guy's got the tools also to be a terrific defender. And I still think he's developing consistency at that end of the floor.
Mutombo, no good again that time.
Defender to recover and contest that shot.
The Hawks trailing. T kicks to Hudson. Pass to Mutombo. He feeds it to T. Screen by Smith. It's Wilkins on the wing. Teague's got his 5th assist in this one.
And speaking of Jeff Teague's defense, I mean, his rebounding, I think, could also be a little higher. I mean, with his bounce, he can get in there and grab a few more.
Yeah, the Pistons ended last season with a record of 32-50. They played decently enough against the rest of the East and had 23 of their 32. Wins against the Eastern Conference.
And Detroit last season against the East played well for stretches. They couldn't find that consistency to climb the ladder in the East.
And they had a lot of changes going on, tons of transition for this group. But let's face it, they did play well down the stretch. A lot of wins against playoff teams from the East and went 500 against Eastern playoff teams in their final 10 matchups.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. Hawks have gone 8 of 14 from the field in the first quarter. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
I was able to talk with Mike Budenholzer for just a moment. With this being their first meeting of the year, he stressed to his team to rely on their instincts on the offensive end, saying, "We do a good job of finding soft spots in defenses and not forcing anything. As long as we can continue doing that here, we'll be in good shape. We'll see if that holds true, guys."
Good report, Doris. Well said. Thanks. An interesting thing to address before the game.
Yeah, and clearly the coach has been hammering home the point to his guys that good shot selection is absolutely key.
And I don't think you can ever overemphasize that point. I mean, intelligent basketball is about being selective with your shots. And I think that's what will win the game for him.
Good on the shot.
Man, that is not an easy shot right there. I mean, he had to get it off over a much taller defender.
Yeah, he needed to add just a little more loft on that one because of the size mismatch, and he did it perfectly.
And Detroit has possession following the three by Atlanta. If you look back last year, and the Hawks were incredible at home last season, not a bad way to help unveil that beautiful statue of Dominique Wilkins in front of the stadium.
Yeah, I mean, and so much went right for the Hawks. And adding that statue up neat was the cherry on top. Very classy move from that organization.
Wilkins kicks to T. They set the pick. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here. Last year, a good one for Jeff Teague, Clark. He was a first-time All-Star in this league.
He's a pick-and-roll technician, so good in reading the defense as he operates from that spot on the floor. He was really the catalyst for what was a really efficient offense for the Hawks.
Detroit making a switch here. Lambeer's checked in for Champ. Rodman comes in for Drummond. Tayshaun Prince is checked in for Hamilton. And Jay subbed in for Isaiah Thomas.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you should miss. Jeff Teague, a real speed merchant. I mean, very tough to stay in front of. He can put you on skates, blow by, and get right to the rim.
And the whistle blows, and it's going to be an over-the-back call here.
Boy, did he go hard to the boards, but clearly went over the back in doing it.
Yeah, kudos for the effort. I always love that kind of effort, but he was just a little overzealous.
And guys, Jeff Teague, an attack guard. He's just an average three-point shooter, but he gets to the free throw line in bunches, shoots at a high percentage, and has really revolved, I think, into one of the elite. Point guards in the league.
It's tipped. Here's Champ. Richard Hamilton on the wing. From the baseline. Good on the shot. Hamilton's got his first points in this one. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Pistons?
Well, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
Wallace is checked in for Drummond. Hill comes in for Tayshaun Prince, and Chauncey Billups is subbed in for Jay. And stolen by Hamilton. The finish throws down the breakaway jam.
Well, that's why they're on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Absolutely. They make the steal, pay dividends instantly on the fast break.
Mutombo is screen on Billups. Here's Smith. And the shot no good, a bit short.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Billups attacking. And there's another one for the Pistons.
Assist goes to Ben Wallace.
Now here's Teague. The feed to Wilkins. Hamilton with some nice D.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
Now here's Billups. He's got 6.
And sometimes we all just want to show people that we have a range.
Yeah, you speaking from experience? We already know how good his range is. He shouldn't be firing from that deep. Guys, that time he went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
Down low. Off with the layup. The Hawks trail by 4. Now Wilkins. That's good. And so Teague with the assist. Wilkins has got 14.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much.
Bro, it's me, Piston 44 from the live stream games.
Work on the perimeter. And fancy finishes like that look great, but man, it's embarrassing when you blow them.
To the left wing, here's Hudson. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Hudson's got the game tied up here for the Hawks.
Nice pass that time. What excellent vision by Jeff Teague out there.
It's stolen by Mutombo. Teague against Hamilton. It's Wilkins with the drive. Takes a 3. And it's Teague. That time on the assist by Wilkins. That's 7 points for Teague.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Here's Champ. Can they get it? And he jams it with authority.
And that's what he does. I mean, he is a bucket getter.
46 seconds left to play in the first quarter. T kicks to Smith. There's the pick. Outside Wilkins. And stolen by Hamilton. Hill dishes to Hamilton. Right side Billups. Lets it fly from 18. And the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him. Tonight, a real nice lift for their offense.
Hudson against Hamilton. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
Yeah, it reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
And the wide open shot from Billups. From beyond the arc, and then some. Billups has got 11 points. Hudson. A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. Pistons lead by 1. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. And let's take a moment to hear a little bit from Josh Smith about his development throughout his NBA career.
You know, coming in at 18, you know, really.
Kind of hear that growth in his voice, don't you think? And it's interesting to hear Josh Smith talking about getting introspective about himself and his game at this point of his career.
You know, that's a great point there, Kevin. I mean, like he says, he really has grown tremendously as a player, as a teammate, as a man, and just as an adult person in society. And he's become a real credit to our game.
And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And what stands out to you from the Pistons so far in this one?
Really, it's always a positive when you can get some impact off your bench.
Always nice to have firepower coming from the reserves, and they've had firepower and then some so far.
Here are the five Detroit has to start the second quarter. Thomas is out there with Dumars. Then there's Hill. Then there's Bill Laimbeer. And it's Rodman in the power forward. So it's Detroit now. 3-point lead. Thomas with the ball. Here's Dumars. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Dumars got his first points of the game.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
They might be named after a car park, but the Pistons had a rough go of things on the road, Clark. I had to use that. They just couldn't stay consistent away from home.
They couldn't. Only won 14 road games, and that number is not enough to get you to the playoffs.
Dennis Rodman. That's his second personal foul.
So it's the Hawks now. Rivers passes to Horford. Johnson goes in. There's the dish to Wilkins. It's stolen by Rodman. Johnson against Hill. Baseline try. Horford with the rebound. The Hawks trail by 5. Here's Wilkins and the serious dunk to finish it off.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside.
And the basket by Horford.
I tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Thomas kicks to Hill from deep. Another three for Detroit.
Those are starting to add up. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 of them have been three-pointers.
And clearly it's about how poorly the defense has played. They've got to close out faster.
Now here's Rivers. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg just with the doctor ordered us some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
Detroit leading by 3. And stolen by Horford. Fast break, the Hawks. Rivers has got the ball. Here's ABC. Rebound, Detroit.
Man, that is a missed opportunity right there.
And he'll be the first to tell you, Greg, that's one he should have knocked down.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still... Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and Dave always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when the team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad. He's really starting to ramp it up now, getting involved in the offense here after being held without a point in the first.
Rivers kicks to Johnson. Rodman with the block, and he gets it back. Goes back up. Johnson, the pass to ABC. Shot's good.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And, Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside. Oh, my goodness. He's just getting nasty on him now. Wow.
Yeah, now that they've built up a lead, this is when he really breaks out those incredibly slick moves.
Man, like a Ginsu knife, just slicing and dicing.
Offensive rebound. Here's Thomas. The kick out to Dumas. The pass to Rodman. Second chance shot. Hill, no good. The Hawks trail by 5. Rivers dishes to Horford. Second chance effort. Rodman with the block. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. Detroit making a switch. Phillips is checked in. Detroit's gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Out of bounds. Atlanta takes possession.
You know, that's hard to explain that play. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did.
For Atlanta, they've gone 6 of 13. Here's ABC. Knocks down the 10-footer. ABC's got 4 points in the quarter.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
For Atlanta, they've gone 7 of 14 in the second quarter, shooting to the tune of 50%.
The Hawks call timeout.
Atlanta calls timeout. Certainly the biggest surprise last year, Clark, was the play of the Atlanta Hawks. You would have picked them to win the East at the start of the season.
Well, they did it, and they earned it. The Hawks didn't have any superstars on their roster, but they won with solid team play.
Shots. Good by Wilkins.
Couldn't run the inbound play any better than right there.
Near the three-point line, it's Thomas off the left rim and out. Hawks have gone 8 of 15 since we began the second quarter. Excellent shooting.
And for the Hawks, they did end up with 4 All-Stars last season. And as you said, it was all about how they worked together as a team.
Phillips from outside. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Kicks it to Johnson. 6 to shoot. Bangs home the trifecta. Johnson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And, you know, around the NBA, the league recognized the Hawks were a complete team. Everybody played their role superbly. The NBA named all 5 of their starters the player of the week last year in an unprecedented move.
And Beer, good.
I love the way Billups spreads that ball around.
The Hawks trail by 3. Rivers passes to ABC. Rivers a screen on Lambeer. Johnson goes in. Here's Horford. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. 8 points for Al Horford. Detroit's gone 5 of 9 when they put up the three-point shot tonight. Thomas kicks to Billups. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Rodman dishes to Thomas. Back to Rodman. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. With the break in the action, here is the 2K leaderboard to show us the league's best shooting teams last season. The 4th spot held by the Hawks.
You know, after that solid performance last year, there will be a lot of high expectations this year. And nothing stays exactly the same for a team from year to year. There are a lot of dynamics involved, particularly shooting percentage.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Willis, he checked in for Horford. Smith comes in for ABC. Hudson's checked in for Dominique Wilkins. And it's Teague in for Doc Rivers. Here's Billups. Got that as his 7th field goal in 10 tries. He's shooting a very good 70%.
Billups knocking down one of those, par for the course.
Johnson outside. The 19-foot shot. There's the bucket. Good. Johnson's got 5.
How much do you love to see the turnaround?
Out to the right wing. Johnson against Billups. Back to Rodman. Three-pointer. They grabbed their own miss. Atlanta's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. They get it back. Outside Dumars. Cranes the three-pointer. Dumars got a pair of triples in the second now for Detroit.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Willis with a screen on Billups. And Chauncey Billups gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. There's a screen by Willis. Shot off the pick.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it. They have got to put a body on it, because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive glass.
Well, last season, the Pistons didn't reach the playoffs for the 6th consecutive season. They're making progress, but as we can all see, still have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, you know, they were spoiled for a while there. How about going to the playoffs for 1996 to 2009? So it's been a rough stretch here of late, but you get the feeling that the building blocks are in place for another push.
Detroit's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. 6 of 13. Billups with the ball, and it's Johnson picking him up. Rodman, no good from outside.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Down low, and it's Willis finishing it off.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that. And what a gutty play. I mean, muscles his way to the rebound and then just pounds it home for the putback.
Well said, G.A. The battle on the boards, Clark, could go a long way toward deciding this game.
You know, and if that play is any indication, that's a battle they're willing to put every ounce of their energy into winning.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Greg, the play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
That's good from Wallace on the assist by Thomas. Thomas got his 3rd assist on the night.
You don't need much range to hit from that distance, Kevin. That's the risky run by staying out there as he picks up his 3rd.
We've got 1:23 left in the first half.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Here's Billups. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
What a great game for Billups in this one. 16 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
And I'm sure they'd like to get a few more of those out of him.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Here's Smith. That's good. And so Teague with the assist. Teague's got 9 assists now tonight. Detroit's gone an even 50% from three-point range in the second quarter, 4 for 8. It's Thomas outside. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5 for 8 night shooting.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
Smith, beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Smith's got 8 points.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
That drops.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Hudson kicks to Willis. Wide open look. Rebound, Detroit. Wallace has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Down low. Jeff Teague with the rebound.
Well, what appeared to be an easy 2 points just never materialized.
And he gets it to go. That's 10 points for Josh Smith.
He's making it look easy scoring out there because he's much more efficient here in the second.
Thomas kicks to Dumars. Another three for Detroit.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Lets it fly from 18. That one's good, and the Piston lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Hudson. And Thomas, here we go. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. The Pistons on top, up 2. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Gentlemen, here with Joe Johnson. And Joe, what's going to be the key for this team in the second half?
Well, we got to come out with more focus and intensity. We got to pick it up, man. We got to get stops in the second half, man. Pick it up defense.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And an exciting time of the year as the first game of the regular season is halfway through. It was a closely contested first quarter for Detroit. They were able to squeeze ahead by the end of the period with just a 1-point lead. The second quarter was a strong effort for them as they continued to battle, and they were able to close out the half in a good position. Kenny, what's your take on Detroit so far?
One strong area has been their work on the boards. And you're trying to get ahead in the score and stay there, it often comes down to a few extra possessions. That's why any extra rebounds can make a big difference. Now they have to come out in the second half and attack the glass with the same vengeance.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Hawks?
The way they were getting rain on from 3, they're lucky to still be in this. In some cases, it was shooters making.
That's going to do it for now as the second half is just about ready to get started. We'll see you later.